Raja has been rewarded for his heinous attack on Stu. This might not be true, but we have a promotion and it's called Danger Pro Wrestling. And they announced that Raja will be a part of their promotion. And as we see the graphic here, in a bold move, indie pro wrestling company Danger Pro books now infamous son of Rampage Jackson, hashtag Raja Jackson, for upcoming appearance in their event. Tickets available here. Stay tuned for opponent announcement and date. All dates currently listed on our event board. That was the Instagram post that they put out. This post got 217 likes, and I believe at last saw it was at like 500 comments. The kiddos these days, they call that being ratioed. And usually that means it's because you're getting cooked. And they definitely indeed got cooked. So, of course, the initial comments was like, I love indie wrestling, but you lost a potential fan. Definitely when I'll be checking your shit out at any point.
That's more surprising than anything.
That they lost one fan?
Yeah, they had a fan to lose.
Well, I guess maybe they have something. I don't know. But you got that trying to profit off another wrestler almost losing his life in the ring by booking his assaulter for heat. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. So this guy was fighting for his life in the comments. I guess the promoter or whoever runs this Instagram account is going back and forth with fans. So the heat got hot. Now you came up with an idea that this could be a setup. They could be trying to lure Raja there to get his ass beat.
I would say it'd be funny. Like, hey, Raja, we're on your side. Come on. And he gets in the ring and they all just jump him.
Yeah, and who's to say that someone there is not a good friends of Stu? Because Stu's been in the business for, I think they said like 15 years or so.
I don't know. Nobody seemed to be that willing to help him. I don't know how many friends he has.
They tried. Well, no, they didn't try. Let me take that back. They didn't try.
Doug Basham and little Corey Feldman.
Well, again, so it was planned for him to go in the ring. We've established that. It was planned for him to go in the ring and do the takedown. So you can see that maybe they thought it was part of the show. Now, at some point, you have to have a brain on your head and say, okay, this is clearly is not part of the show anymore. It's hard to say. Like, how many punches do you let him get off before you? And it's not 22. I know that's the answer officially. But how many punches do you let him get off before you're like, oh shit, something's really happening right now?
6.
Like, we're crucifying them for still being in character.
Maybe 1 or 2, then the shock wears off. Common sense kicks in.
I don't know. That's a pretty fast reaction. To see 2 punches and you're immediately
known. I don't know. Look at what UFC referees do. They're on them immediately.
They do. Yeah, you think that, what was that guy's name?
Is it John Henry?
I think it is. Like, he used to throw the UFC fighters down. Like, he'd just take them and sling them down to the, it's over.
Big John McCarthy.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he'd just take people and sling them to the ground.
Yeah, I'd love when they'd start talking shit and he'd pick one of them up and put them back in their corner. Just nonchalantly.
Yeah, I saw him like pounce someone.
He was a big dude.
You need a fight stop. That's your guy. But I still hold on to what I said. That clearly he didn't want any of the smoke.
No, and clearly I think this kind of makes a case for real referees going forward. Or maybe better training for referees.
What if it was like a woman referee? And they didn't really not have done anything. Jessica Carr, what if it was her? Like, bitch, you're next. Yeah, it was tough because you would have to react really quick to just jump in and know immediately there's something wrong with this.
Why is a minor the only one acting?
That minor was the only one that knew had some sense to him. And then, the guy who ultimately stopped it, from his story, he had to run from the back. So that's why...
Well, a whole bunch of people were standing around watching.
Yeah, so he wasn't even in the match. He ran from the back to stop this. So, that's why it was after 22 punches he got there. But we have Raja. He is announced for Danger Pro Wrestling. Or is he? Because, like I said, The heat got hot for this promotion. They got ratioed. They got a bunch of hate comments. I guess TMZ and Yahoo Sports picked it up. It wasn't looking good for the promotion. So we fast forward to like a day later, and then they put this out. This is Danger Pro Wrestling. Hey, TMZ, Yahoo Sports, and everyone who commented today. These are the actual promoters of Knox Pro Wrestling, the promotion that allowed untrained MMA fighter into a pro wrestling ring to play out a storyline. These guys, along with anybody who knew about this planned spot that didn't go over with anybody involved many times before executing it, is to blame. Take your hate there instead of clearly, obviously, fake talent announcement made with no date, no time, no venue, and no opponent. Shame on TMZ and Yahoo Sports and every other fake media outlet, I guess you can include us in that now, who ran with this story as if it was friggin' real. You fucking dorks. And then, yeah, it goes on to say, go blame the people who are at fault. Knox Pro Wrestling was a WWE ID promotion until this happened. Why don't y'all talk about that? Speedy recovery, Stu. It sucks that a lot of this happened, but they teach us to protect ourselves, yada, yada, yada. And again, this happened a day later. So what you just heard was, in my opinion, I'm not saying this is 100% fact, just in my opinion, and I'm just some guy on the internet, they started to get cooked and back down. Because it could have been that they don't live online, so they didn't know that he was getting as much hate as he was. And they saw he's not in jail, so he's just like a public enemy. He's an industry heel. Let's bring him in, get some eyes on our little rinky dink promotion, probably. Just a guess, because I haven't seen anything from them. And yeah, we'll get some publicity. It'll be good for us. But yeah, then they start getting cooked. They start to get the hate. I would guess death threats started coming their way because that's how the internet is. And then they're like, it was just a joke. Sure, it was just a joke. And then you waited a day to say that. And why would we think it's just a joke when you made the graphic just like you make the other talent announcement graphics, when you don't have any other joke type post on your Instagram page?
What part of that would indicate that it is a joke?
That's the point. Why would anybody think it's a joke? No one knows them. And what I'm getting is from the comments, of course, is people are saying, like, you're not a parody account or anything. Like, what you say is what happens. You're not known for pulling jokes on people.
Well, I did find, not like it was very hard to find, but I did find their YouTube page.
Oh, they got one?
Yeah. And here's just a small snippet of Mecha Wolf versus Scalibur. Apparently, it's a grudge match.
Scalibur versus Mecha Wolf. After Scalibur scored the victory in the upset of the century.
This commentator.
Yeah, no idea why he's whispering. It's like he's in his parents' basement.
Yeah.
Looks like a just ECW light.
And they're deep in the match, which would explain maybe why the bottom rope is not on. Why is the rope broken already?
Maybe that's how.
Oh, see, they got flashbacks. Still
2
bad
weeks
camera
ago.
angles. What is the ring, like 5x5?
Yeah, it
Look
looks
at
really
that.
small. Yeah.
It's like one of those freaking play rings. But yeah, there you have it. That's Knox Pro Wrestling. Not Knox Pro Wrestling. That is Danger Pro Wrestling. And again, I'm just a guy on the internet, but I think they thought they were going to cook by announcing Rajah Jackson, and then they got cooked and backpedaled. They bent the knee. But again, that's just in my opinion.